Hey, hello, and welcome everyone. We're still working out the timing on this thing. All these weeks later, this is what happens when you have a live show.
It is, yeah.
But yes, hello and welcome everyone to the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. We are your favorite comic book podcast on YouTube. Well, as long as YouTube thinks we're viable. That could change, though.
As long as we're a viable product.
Did you? I'm sure you read the same article I did, where it's like, oh, YouTube might be shutting down channels and just defunding people completely that they view to be unviable.
Yeah, which is, like, it's insane that they could actually do something like that. Like,
it's a
remember when YouTube was just like a space where, like, you just fucking upload videos?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just share your passions with people.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy how things have changed. And again, to say, viable is so terrifyingly vague, where it's like, what, financially viable, creatively viable?
Yeah.
Like, are you getting so many followers a month? Like, what do you mean by viable, YouTube? And the answer is, we don't fucking know. We make it up.
Yeah, we'll decide when it comes time to delete your channel.
Yeah, really. It's like, but what about all those neo-fascist channels that are getting so popular now? Aren't you gonna defund them or do something with them? And they're like, hey, you leave our precious babies alone. They have done nothing wrong, says YouTube.
They are our whales.
Mm-hmm. Neo-fascism in Tech Valley, we are like this. We are inseparable. You cannot break up our forbidden love. But yes, thank you everyone for showing up to another Sunday and another live show of the Comic Multiverse. Not a ton of news this week, but that's all right because we're doing a live show. You the people watching us right now, all 15 of you get to take part in the show. Normally, if this was a pre-recorded episode, I would go and ask people for questions, but now, because you're all here, we can just take them directly from the chat in real time, and you can have a convo with us, and won't that be nice?
Yeah, we'll do it live. We'll do it live, goddammit.
Literally do it live. But yeah, before we get into what little news we do have this week, how you doing, Matt? How's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I've been playing UPS Simulator 2019 on the PlayStation.
So I've heard.
No, I've been playing Death Stranding, and it's a load of fun. It's indulgent as fuck.
Oh, I bet.
For Kojima, it's indulgent as fuck, but it's a load of fun. I'm finding it really enjoyable.
How many celebrity cameos have you seen? Because I know that's a big deal.
Oh,
there's a ton of cameos.
Well, who isn't a celebrity in it? The funny thing is that I was thinking about it. I was like, half the people playing this game aren't going to know who these people are. These are just for Kojima. Like, who's going to know who Nicholas Winding Refn is? Like, I know who he is because I'm a fan of film, but like Joe Sixpack down the street, he's not going to know who this guy is. Yeah.
It is crazy. Like, I've seen some of the stills, and like, and look who's in this game, and look who else is in here. And I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah, it's Junji Ito. It's Conan O'Brien.
Oh, yep, those. Man, please tell me when Conan does his Clueless Gamer segment, please tell me they queue up the game to that moment where he's in it.
I hope so.
Because that would be something. Man, I wish I was a Kojima level of, like, I am such a well-respected creator. Here's all the time and money you want to make a weird-ass passion project where you just put in all the people you like. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great. Like, yeah, he's got basically carte blanche on, like, what he can do.
Try and explain it to me in as few words as possible. What is Death Stranding actually about? Because just viewing from the trailers, you're Norman Reedus. There's a baby in there somewhere, and there's packages, and that's about as far as I've got.
Yeah, that pretty much covers it. No, from what I've gathered, the first, like, 10 minutes actually explains the game, like, really well. I'm like, where the fuck was all this in the trailers?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the world of death and life have, like, kind of blurred. So, like, there's this thing called timefall, which means there's, like, rain that turns anything it touches, it, like, ages anything it touches.
Oh.
And then there's the BTs that are like people who are like, they're like monsters that you can't see because your AIDS isn't as powerful as other people's AIDS.
Right, and BT stands for...
I keep fucking forgetting. Beach person, isn't it? Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. And because there's BT and then BB and then all these fucking acronyms.
You gotta love them.
And you kill the monsters by throwing your AIDS grenades and poop and urine at them, literally.
Now, when you say that, that's the black goo that Hannibal was covered in, right? The black goo from the trailers?
That's the bad shit. Yeah, that's the bad shit.
Okay, that's as far as I got. So, black shit bad, Norman Reedus good.
Yeah, Norman Reedus shower water kills the black shit.
Okay, then.
I'm not making that up either. Every time you have a shower, grenades are made from your shower water, and every time you have a shower, they get better and better. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm throwing shower water at fucking spooky ghosts.
Now, you see, he was throwing the Norman Reedus shower water. He should have been selling it on eBay for people to vape, is what he should have been doing.
That's what he should have been doing, yeah.
Is that an unlock tree at some point? You unlock the power to vape?
You vape it and it, like, makes them appear.
Yeah, there you go. It's like, oh, how do you see them? Oh, you gotta vape it up. That's what you gotta do. That's some shit. The people in the chat, too, talking about other celebrities there. J-pop star Daichi Mura is in it as well.
Okay, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, nobody does. Okay, Tevye too, filling the cup there with cheers. Thank you for that. I'm sure he will be doing that more throughout the night.
Yep.
But yeah, so my week was pretty simple. Not nearly as eventful as yours, actually. It wasn't filled with Kojima weirdness and Norman Reedus bodily functions, unfortunately. I did get out to see Jojo Rabbit, and I was happy about that.
I really want to see that, but it's not in my country yet. Like, it's not out here yet. That's
ridiculous. It's a very funny movie.
Yeah, the trailers look amazing.
The casting is so perfect, too. Like, just the fact that these character actors who you know and love show up dressed like Nazis is kind of, like, just funny in and of itself. Rebel Wilson shows up dressed as, like, a Hitler Youth headmistress, and I'm like, that is just funny on its face.
That's great.
Scarlett Johansson is goddamn hilarious in this. I forgot that, like, oh yeah, you can actually do comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's basically doing like a whole like Charlie Chaplin one-man show. She really gets to go places in this role.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and plus Taika Waititi is just funny himself too. What a fucking unique guy. Talk about two really unique creators, Kojima and Taika Waititi.
Yeah, and they both like excel in their fields spectacularly.
Absolutely. Total auteurs. I think last time we talked about Waititi when it was closer to the last Thor movie, Thor Ragnarok, I went back and watched all of his other movies, you know, What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, or no, Search for the Wilder People. People get pissed when I get that wrong. And I watched a bunch of his other movies, and I'm like, wow, this guy's like a more relatable, blue-collar, like Wes Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's Wes Anderson, except I don't hate myself when I watch his films.
Yeah, where it's like, it's not so specific, but again, it's all like very colorful and very like speaking to his own like particular life. Like, I feel like all of his movies are semi-autobiographical.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good shit. If you haven't seen Jojo Rabbit, check it out. Hopefully that will shut up the people who are always like, oh, you could never make a Mel Brooks movie today. Well, he basically did.
Yeah, he's firing on all cylinders. He's going to be in goddamn Mandalorian coming out. Or to be out by the time this show goes up.
Yeah, and in about a week. That's friggin' crazy. I cannot wait for that. Where will you be on Mandalorian Day?
I don't know. Probably, maybe live streaming it. Or live streaming me watching it. I don't know.
You mean on this very channel the people are on right now, Matt? This one?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe people should subscribe so they know what's going on and so they're always here for it, maybe?
Hit the little bell thing to know when it's happening.
Maybe they should smash it. Smash the bell. Hulk smash that bell. Don't worry, we'll be talking about the Hulk smashing stuff later. But, I guess with that, we can transition on over to what little news we actually had this week. Again, it's been a very, very quiet week, which isn't always bad.
Mm-hmm. Nah.
But, the brand new Disney Plus She-Hulk show and the brand new Disney Plus Moon Knight show had their actual creative teams announced. And holy shit, I was not expecting either of these, but both were names where I'm like, yep, that's good. That's a good choice. For She-Hulk, it was Jessica Gao, who they got to write this one. She's a writer who you probably know from Rick and Morty, actually coming back tonight of all nights as we sit and record this. She penned the now, I was going to say famous, but I think infamous is a better word now, Pickle Rick episode, which everyone loved until they hated because then it got memed and then it took over reality.
Yeah, it did. It was cool for like the first 10 minutes after it aired, and then everyone just fucking ruined it.
Yeah, she's writing that, which I think is great because she's super funny, has a very unique style and voice. And actually, if you want to get to know her better, go listen to the podcast. I think it was short-lived. I think it was only a couple episodes that she did with Dan Harmon, community creator, co-creator of Rick and Morty, called Whiting Wongs, which was them talking about race in comedy and race in animation and everything. And, of course, Gao was in an interesting position, too, because, when Harmon made the big announcement that he was bringing more women on to write for Rick and Morty that season, she was one of the people who, got cyber-stalked and shit, and she has a very interesting perspective on all that, and she's very funny, and I think Jen Walters is in very good hands, actually, for this.
Yeah, I think she's a really great writer, and she's a funny writer as well.
Yeah, and SheHulk is funny.
Yeah, exactly. You've got some of the funny comedy stuff that comes with her being, a big green woman
Definitely.
lawyer. I'm looking forward to these shows. I'm intrigued to see who we're going to get cast for these shows.
That's the real question. You figure that news has got to be coming next, right? Now you got this, now you got the casting.
Yep.
But, that's pretty sweet. Who do we, again, chat, we'll get you involved on this one, too. Fan cast for She-Hulk, who do you want? I know we talked about this earlier. Do you think it should be a makeup effect suit type thing? Or do you think it should be a CG creation a la the Hulk from the movies?
I would like to see them do, like, a, maybe, like kind of like a Hobbit sort of thing. Like forced perspective sort of thing, where they can still do in-camera makeup and everything, but still have it look like it's in the shot, like it's not like some CGI creation which looks really out of place.
Right, because it used to be in a series like this, it would be like, all right, this is TV, they got to make more episodes more quickly. Obviously, they're not going to want to spend a lot of money on CG, or if so, they're going to do the Flash thing where it's like, okay, well, film it at night and from far away.
Yeah.
But they can't do that here because they really don't have to, because this is Disney putting up like Game of Thrones money per episode. So it's like you could actually have that, and it could actually look good.
Yeah, they could keep it consistent with like the Mark Ruffalo Hulk and do it CGI, where they get the actress in like the CGI headgear and everything and do it that way. But somehow I think they're going to try and do it like maybe a mixture. Practical and CGI.
That would be cool, yeah. Maybe it's like, okay, it's makeup, but we use computers to enhance it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that would definitely be nice. People in the chat, too, saying, so do you think they cast, like, a wrestler or a female bodybuilder to be the body and then maybe get an actress to dub it in or something? It would be interesting to see what direction they go, because, unlike Hulk, who, you see a lot more Banner most of the time, with She-Hulk, it's like, she chooses to be She-Hulk 24/7.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing with She-Hulk. Like, when she changes into She-Hulk, like, Jennifer just basically looks the same. She's a little bit taller and is greener. Like, she doesn't fully, like, change like Bruce Banner does.
It's true. Chat keeps saying Rosario Dawson, too. Do you think they double dip that quick, or do you think they still are holding out hope?
I think they could definitely double dip. I mean, they've done it before in the past, and she for all intents and purposes wasn't like a big main like A-level character in those Netflix shows. Like, she was a big part of those shows, but she wasn't playing anyone Captain America level.
Yeah.
So they could do it, and it's going to happen eventually.
I guess so. Tevye has brought up twice now, is the Hawkeye show dead? So far, no, but they do seem to be having more internal strife in that one than any other one.
Yeah.
I mean, more on that as it develops. So far, there's nothing talked about it. And then, of course, the next show is Moon Knight, and they got the Umbrella Academy guy, and I must admit I am not nearly as aware of this guy's work.
I watched Umbrella Academy. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. It was a great mystery series, so hopefully that element comes over into Moon Knight, and I think it will.
That's yet another show I have to say I didn't get to finish it. I did watch like the first 4 episodes though. Really enjoyed it, but just goddamn, I'm so busy these days. But yeah, I mean, Umbrella Academy was weird and quirky, and I hope they definitely bring that to a Moon Knight show, making it weird and quirky.
Yeah.
And yes, when we say Umbrella Academy guy, no, we don't mean Gerard Way. We mean the dude who did the TV show, who show ran that.
The showrunner, yeah.
His name escapes me at the moment. Is that all he's done, is just the Umbrella Academy show?
I want to say yes.
I mean,
Probably
if so...
not.
I mean, if so, that's not bad. That's a pretty good resume so far.
Yeah.
And, you know, She-Hulk and Moon Knight are in very interesting situations, too, because they have had so many runs stretched over such a long span of time that have all been pretty stylistically different. So, you know, you could really pick and choose what era you want to influence the show. And do they jump right into the modern stuff, or do they maybe start with some of the older stuff?
Yeah, first we got to like decide like which one are they doing? Like which Moon Knight? Like, are we getting like crazed cab driver, suit wearing one? You know, Egyptian god possessed guy. You know, what are we getting? It's
true. Again, maybe a little all of them. I mean, my ideal Moon Knight show really kind of touches on all of those. But yeah, where do you even begin Mark Spector's story? Do you start it off with him as a mercenary in Egypt? Do you start with him already being a guy with multiple personality disorders? You know, where do you start with it?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is a weird show because he's a weird character, and yet also a weird character who has gotten multiple kicks of the can, especially in the last couple years. Marvel has really tried to buckle down and try and find a way for Mark Spector to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think but by the time we get closer to the series actually coming out, he'll have like an ongoing.
In December, actually, I'm pretty sure we talked about that.
Is that an ongoing or is that a mini?
It might be a mini, but he is getting something very soon.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But yeah, so, you know, good on them, right?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people say James McAvoy on Twitter for Moon Knight and everything because, hey, he played a crazy guy in Split pretty well.
Yeah, I could see him do that, although he's got that TV show now, his Dark Materials, so...
Exactly, so he might be a little busy and might not be able to, commit to 2 shows at once, so there's the problem.
Yeah.
I think I heard someone say, like, Zac Efron or something not too long ago, and I'm like, I don't hate it. He's a little young.
I imagine he's a little young.
Yeah, I imagine Moon Knight to be a little older, but, you know, that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
The chat saying, too, that Moon Knight is going to be a big part of that Serpent Crown Conan crossover series as well.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, yeah, he ain't going away anytime soon. He's definitely going to be sticking around.
Yeah.
Yeah, alrighty then. So, with that, everyone, that is essentially all the news this week. There were some rumors flying around, like people were saying, like, oh, hey, is Matthew McConaughey going to be Harvey Dent in the Batman movie? But no one has been able to confirm that yet one way or another.
Well, it was only one source, and it was like the Daily Mail, so I'm like, yeah, that's fake.
Yeah. Then again, you know, there's been a lot of weird casting around that movie, and so far most of it, if not all of it, has been right.
Yeah, but what has been right is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. I mean, so far this is shaping up to be maybe one of the best cast DC movies in a very long time.
Yeah, as Jersey like said, have you seen the Crisis of Infinite Earths teaser?
No, I have not actually. Was it good?
It's very quick. There's like 3 shots in the whole thing. One of like Brandon Routh's Superman, Black Lightning. We get a shot of like a bunch of heroes and villains like teaming up against the Monitor, stuff like that. It looks
yes. Good. Yes, I saw one image because Luthor is standing with the heroes.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn good. So, all right then, before we hop into what we read this week, I guess we will turn things over to the chat. And if anyone has any questions, if you got some Q's, we got some A's.
Mm-hmm.
So let's drop some loads of A's on you from a great height.
Some hot loads.
Hot loads of A's all over here. Question time. Oh, you even made a thing for question time. Right on. That's very good. Yes, Mialmo X, I am also very excited for Crisis. I am way behind on all those shows. Again, I need a day with nothing going on so I can buckle down and catch up on all of them.
You just need to watch Arrow. Like, you just really need to watch Arrow. That's
but I like Flash.
Oh, it's barely doing fucking anything.
I
had a cool episode. Last week's episode was pretty cool. It was like a murder whodunit sort of thing. It was pretty cool. But you could tell what the ending was like from a mile away.
Yeah, that's fine. I like Flash, and I want to catch up on Batwoman, too. Mm-hmm. Oh, KT, the ultimate question, Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield? Matt and I have been talking about this off mic, actually, because we're both agreeing this is going to be the first Pokemon game we've played in a very long time. So, yes, we're trying to maximize tradability down the line.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what version I'm getting. I don't even know when I'm getting the game, because there's like so many fucking games out at the moment.
Well, I mean, if it's between Pokemon and Star Wars for you, I think I know where you're going, and I know they come out. I don't know if they come out on the same day, but I think in and around the same time.
Yeah, does Pokemon come out at the end of this week?
The 15th, yeah.
Yeah, it comes out the same day. Though I'm kind of worried about Fallen Order because reviews come out like an hour before the game releases, and that's never a good sign, especially for EA.
No, definitely. How do you feel about Souls games, Matt? Because apparently everyone is saying that new Star Wars is basically a Souls game.
I'm fine with that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like it's EA, like they say like single player games have no reason to exist anymore.
Can we fuck up a pot of coffee? Yes, we can. Also, D&G asks, who's got the raw deal at the moment, Wally West or Carol Danvers? Well, I think Carol's set to actually have some new life breathed into her because they're just saying fuck it and turning her into a villain with a sick-ass costume.
Oh, really? What are they doing with her?
Oh, yeah, you have. Oh, don't you remember? Didn't you see her sick-ass black and red costume and she's going to be a villain?
Oh, yeah. I thought that had, like, been and gone.
No, that's just coming up. That's going to be like the next big arc there, which I think that's super awesome, and that really makes me want to start reading Captain Marvel again, because I'm like, okay, how the hell did we get here? Which, as I joked before, that's just straight up wrestling storytelling, where it's like, look, so we got this, babyface hero who everyone loved, then they got bad booking and bad decisions were made, now everyone hates them, let's have them be a bad guy, be super cool, and then they can be a hero again. But with Wally West, it's just like, oh, I'm traveling around the multiverse, and I'm feeling bad, but I'm not really sorry, because that would be admitting wrongness, and we can't do that.
I was going to say, you're not reading Flash Forward, are you?
Nah.
Like that second issue, it was good, but then it's like, why is Wally doing all this? Like, there's no, like what's the end game here? Like,
because they
why
never.
Have they chosen him? Like, when any hero would have been like sufficient for this.
It's because we never intended to write this story to begin with, but we needed to try and tell the fans, no, we're trying to fix them. We promise. Yeah. But yes, anything else, chat?
Shazam got delayed 17 weeks.
Yeah, not surprising. We got a Shazam book this week, and it wasn't very good because it completely ignored everything that's going on in that series, and like not even hiding the fact that it was ignoring everything that Johns was doing.
Who wrote that?
Loveness.
Oh, really? That sucks, because he did that really cool fucking Death of Superman one from last week.
No, wait, sorry, I'm confused. No, it was Gia. It was a name I hadn't heard before.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I got the issues. Cena Grace.
Right. Okay. See, I don't hold never have I. I don't hold them any ill will. Because, again, it's probably hard to write Shazam right now because no one actually cares. I felt the same way about that Black Adam one-shot where the Shazam Who Laughs show. So, oh, sorry. We're supposed to call him King Shazam even though no one calls him that in anything. And why King Shazam?
Yeah, he's not a king. It would make sense if he won at the end of that Black Adam book, but he didn't.
Yes, it would. It's all very fucked up and very weird. Someone asked us, too, their favorite Hulk persona. That is a good one because when we talk about Hulk this week, I'm sure we'll mention that.
I haven't caught up on the Hulk, so I don't know. The evil one, that one that's like a dickhead.
Oh, Devil Hulk.
Yeah, you have to be more specific. They're all dickheads.
It is. It's funny too. They start naming them too, where it's like you got the Professor and the Green Scar, who they say are the two goodest Hulks, the two most heroic ones who are slumbering. Then you got the Devil Hulk, the big guy, or the Savage Hulk, who is the big dumb destroyer monster.
Yep.
Doc Green is in there too. And there might also be the Maestro, even though they haven't quite squared the circle that if Maestro and Doc Green are actually the same person.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very, very... Oh, and Joe Fixit, he's there too.
Uh-huh.
Good old Joe. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Crusader Con saying, what's your favorite cheat day meal? I made some very strong cheat day meals the last 2 days for people who watch my Instagram.
Yeah, what'd you make?
Oh, I made a baked mac and cheese from scratch with 3 different types of cheese.
Nice.
And it was so noodly and gooey. And then when I was done, the next day I had leftovers. I bought tater tots, and then I put the tater tots in the mac and cheese and shred more cheese over it. And I'm like, yes, I am too powerful. No one can stop me.
You can hear your arteries crying from here.
Basically, I am touching the face of God. I am not a mortal man. Tevye asking again and cheering, any opinion on the upcoming Legions of Superheroes by Bendis? We'll probably talk about that when we talked about what we read this week.
It was pretty damn good.
Interesting. I did not read it. Tevye 2 again. How do you feel about the Tim Drake name change? We talked about this before when they first introduced it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I'm not reading that book anymore. It can't hurt me if I don't watch it.
Yeah, well, again, does it really matter? Like, people keep saying it's gonna like out his identity, and it's like, well, that only works if people knew Tim Drake was Robin. Like, that's not how it works.
The fact that the costume is brown still rubs me the wrong way.
Well, it looks like a duck.
I know, but it's also like when you think strong, powerful, iconic costumes, you don't think brown. What great superhero costumes have been brown? What great uniforms in general? Well, UPS, I guess, but still.
The Rocketeer.
Okay, fair enough.
Rorschach.
Well, that was brown leather and a brown trench coat. But okay, I will give you those
brown.
two. Those are pretty good.
Constantine.
Okay, fair enough. Again, trench coat. A lot of trench coats are brown. They have other
costume.
Still a costume, I guess. I mean, they had other
Wolverine.
Wolverine at time. I mean, I'm sure people would argue it's not his best costume, but yeah, all right. There's a couple.
I like that costume. It's his current costume.
It is actually. It is pretty. Yeah. All right. There you go. You win this round, Matt and chat. There are more good brown costumes than I thought. We'll revisit this later on. But yeah, I guess with that we can hop on over to what we read this week, and it was a much more sizable week than last.
It was. I'm still catching up.
I know. Where would you like to begin, Matt?
Let's begin by making fun of Batman.
Oh, goody.
On Batman 80, fucking, I don't know, 3 or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is 80.
82
is it 82
or something? I don't fucking know.
It is 82, damn it.
God damn, I thought we were almost finished.
See, you read the annual, so that technically counts as one. It's hard to keep track. But yeah, so do you like big, protracted fight scenes between Batman and Bane? Because that's all this issue was.
It's just funny because this is the first fight scene they've had since I Am Bane. And, you know, we got a book called City of Bane, and
Bane is barely in it.
Bane is barely in it, and when he is, he gets, like, fucking killed.
Bane
literally.
Yeah, it's like Bane is not only barely in this City of Bane book, but he is ultimately here supplanted by Thomas Wayne, the Flashpoint Batman, a character who has been in this less than any other villain whose motivation has not been explained, with only like a handful of issues left to go.
He wasn't even at the beginning of this whole like plan for Bane. He just like appeared because Tom King wanted to ride him.
Oh no, wait, they retconned that. They said he was, even though he had
bullshit.
Yeah, even though when Bane was telling the story of like, and this was all my plan and it all worked out, it was like Thomas Wayne doing the narration of that issue, and it's like, how did you know about the things you weren't here for? And the answer is, as always, shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
My story is a modern masterpiece. Your brain not big enough to get it. But yeah, so Bane and Batman fight, and it's
Batman immediately cheats.
What a hero!
Because he can't win any other one, even though he knew Bane wouldn't win anyway, because he's been ahead of Bane this whole time. As we found out, was it last issue? Or the issue before? Yeah, he's been one step ahead of Bane and only acting retarded.
Yes, exactly. He didn't go the full. He didn't go all the way. He wasn't full Simple Jack. But yeah, it's so stupid because it's like they set up the Super Venom last issue. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember Super Venom? And it's like, oh, how are we going to get Bane to not take the Super Venom? I know. Challenge him to a fair fight, which he as a villain will instantly accept, and rip out his own Venom tube, the source of his power. He will willingly do this, so we don't have to do this, even though Batman has won fights with Bane before just by cutting his Venom tube.
Yeah, well, not only that, like, Bane is smart. Bane is, like, a very smart person.
He's supposed to be.
And this issue, that's the thing, like, throughout this whole run, we've been led to Bane as this giant mastermind genius, and then here they're like, "Oh,
everything.
Bane's a fucking moron," and like that's even in dialogue. Catwoman and Batman's like, "Oh, Bane's a fucking idiot."
Yeah,
and like,
Catwoman.
No.
They try to lampshade the stupidity with Catwoman mocking Batman and saying like, "Oh, you know, Bane would never fall for this. He's not that stupid," but he was.
Yeah. She joins the fight because. Gotham City isn't Batman's city or Bruce Wayne's city or Bane's city. It's Catwoman's.
It belongs to her
because Tom King thinks so.
Because she's a stray match. She's from the streets, which I'm like, oh, would have been nice if you reiterated that at all before this moment, because all we've seen of Catwoman in this series is living in mansions, hanging out with Bruce, not being a person of the streets or of the people.
No. And not only that like flies in the face of like everything like really ever written about Batman, where there's like stuff in Snyder's book that took place just before this where he talks about how it's not his city, it's like the people's city, it's Batman's city, you know, it's everyone's. Yeah, no, it's just Catwoman's.
Yeah. Again, very weird. As Jersey Luck brings up there too, Joel, this is kind of your fault in a monkey's paw way. You wished Bane would have a bigger role, and he did.
Did he though? Did he?
I mean, I don't even know anymore. And so yeah, they have this fight that doesn't matter because again, you have no reason to care about what's going on or whose city it is. And then Bane is ultimately defeated by Thomas Wayne, who is now supplanting Bane as the final villain for this end.
No, just before that, Catwoman fucking attacks him and he throws Catwoman off and, like, seemingly kills her? Question mark? Because, like, the panel is drawn, like, she, like, breaks her neck or back or something against, like, the wall. There's, like, a big crack, like, explanation point dialogue thing there. So, like, she dead, she crippled, I don't know. And then Batman just is somehow able to pick up Bane and like go and break his back, but he gets shot by Thomas Wayne twice, even though the issue before Thomas couldn't kill Damian because Damian is family, but his own son apparently isn't family, and he's just, you know, able to just put fucking two in him.
Yes. Also, as Winford brings up, shouldn't Thomas be racked with horrible PTSD after shooting his own son?
No, shut up.
He then calls for the Psychopirate, which I feel a lot of people, especially Tom King, are underselling how important. Like, the Psychopirate is supposed to be the real key to all of this. He's the one who is able to brainwash the villains and everyone else to follow Bane.
Yeah, and he's not even been in this book for issues, like stacks of issues,
volumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the one who's tying this together. And again, I think in a sane world, they'd have a twist within a twist where the Psychopirate's like, ha ha ha, this was actually me, I was manipulating everyone. That's the only way this story would even make a modicum of sense, but that's not gonna happen.
Or it will, but it'll be done in such like a self-indulgent, like patting himself on the back way, where it's like, look at what I did. I just made the best fucking Batman story ever. Look how, like, smart and genius I am.
If that is going to happen, Batman's going to be like, why, Flashpoint, Dad, why? And he's like, I don't have a reason. You know why I don't have a reason? Because fucking Psychopirate was behind everything.
Yeah. Or they're going to have Psychopirate somehow wipe everyone's mind, and it's just, that's going to be, like, the end of the book. Like, everyone's mind gets wiped about all of this.
So they don't remember anything.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to clean it up for the next writer.
Yeah, oh, it's absolutely on the nose, but yeah.
I keep waiting for one final, just like, you know, like Raspberry from Tom King, one last middle finger before he leaves. Like, it was all a dream, or yes, they all forget it, or something like that.
I keep saying this is all going to be like a dream, and we're going to cut back to, like, Batman on top of that plane.
He never left the plane.
Yeah. And then the Justice League will come in and save him or something.
Or, like, the book's really going to disappear up its own ass, where it's going to pull, like, a Grant Morrison Animal Man, and to save the day, Batman has to cross realities and talk to Tom King.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's like, listen, I'm not a fucking idiot, man.
Yeah, I know how to fix this, Batman. Did you know I worked for the CIA? Yes, you may have mentioned it once or twice. Heavy saying, how is Tom King an Eisner winning writer?
It just tells you how much, like, thought goes into that fucking Eisner now.
I tell you
what. It's a popularity reward now.
Okay, you know what? I will back up a little bit on that. Tom King should have won an Eisner for Vision. He should have been in the running for Mr. Miracle. He shouldn't have won it for the books he won it for.
No, not at all.
There you go. That's my takeaway on that. It is not that he shouldn't be an Eisner winner. It's just he didn't win it for the books he should have. But there you go. So, I mean, is that everything we have to say about Batman? It's almost like there's less to actually rag on because there's less content every issue.
Yeah, every issue he just keeps, like he's bored.
It's devolving.
He's just like, I'm just fucking got to leave it to the artist to do.
It's pretty impressive to have an issue that both feels devoid of content and yet also utterly stretched out.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah, Marvel Knight saying Al Ewing was robbed. Yes, he was. Talk about a guy who should probably get some justice this year if the Eisners are going to be like the Academy Awards and you never win for the one you're supposed to.
No.
You win for the one you just did. But yeah, so that was the Batman. And oh boy.
The
DNG saying, I kind of hope King's last panel is just a literal middle finger.
Hey, like, we joke, but, like, in the past he has done stuff where he's literally talked to the reader and called the reader fucking idiots.
Oh, yeah. He did that in Heroes in Crisis. We joked that Bane was behind it all for months.
And he fucking is.
And then he ended up being behind it all. We joked about where it's like, man, seriously, this guy, like, writes fight scenes and then just quotes, like, Aristotle and Plato and thinks that it's clever. And then in his fight with Hush, he literally said, look at me, I'm quoting Aristotle and Plato, aren't I clever?
Oh, God damn it.
And that's why Tom King is so fascinating, too, because it's like, are you like, is this all a joke? Like, is this like, are you punking everyone now?
Do you know that, like, people will see you as, like, someone who can't fail because of, like, your past books? So now you're just in that part of your career where you can pump out any old shit and people will just fucking lap it up.
Yeah, I would be very, very interested to get, like, an interview with him, like, a decade later to be like, yeah, I was totally just fucking around on Batman. I wanted to see if anyone would notice.
Well, we talked about his Batman book. Let's talk about his Superman book that came out this week.
Oh, yes. I'm waiting for these to be done to catch up, and they're almost done. This is
fucking night and day.
Yeah, you posted that little quote page, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe this is the same person.
It's fucking night and day. Like it's like, oh, this is a character he wants to write. That he's actually seems to be excited and has creative ideas for this character that are actually in line with how that character is written in other things.
Indeed.
Yeah, so this book he's still after that, like, little girl. It's a bit more connected than the last couple of issues were. Whereas this time he goes to Apocalypse and Darkseid has information, but he won't give it up because he wants a little bit of amusement first, and the amusement is he wants Superman to break his one sacred no-kill rule.
Interesting.
And to do that, like, Superman goes and visits this guy, this alien who's got an incurable sickness, and the alien wants him to be killed by Superman, or the Angel, as this alien sees Superman as, before the sickness takes him and there's pain and whatnot. So Superman is like, has to decide whether he does that or not, and you never know if he does. But it's actually really smart, because he comes back to Darkseid after we get like the story, sort of a catch up on this little girl, and he says to Darkseid, like, oh, I've done it, but Darkseid doesn't believe him, and Superman's like, well, in that case, then I've broken my word and you've won. But then if I have done it, then I've also broken my word and you've won. So either way, you win.
Oh, so he gets him in like a logic loop is what he gets him in.
I'm like, that's smart. Like, where the fuck is this in his Batman book?
That's clever, that's artistic, that's challenging, that's lots of really good things, man. Feels like it's a different guy, doesn't it?
The next part of the story is like Superman going like his day-to-day, like what he does in like a day, and it's really fun. He like goes and like testifies against Lex Luthor, and there's a great line where he's like, oh yeah, Lex has like done all this evil shit, but no matter how much evil shit he's done, he's never like rotted the hope in Metropolis. And there's a great panel where like Lex is just seething with hate because he says that. It's great. He goes back, he has like lunch with Batman, Wonder Woman, goes to work and is a reporter, all that sort of stuff. Makes a slide out of Brainiac's ship, which looks really dangerous for kids. And we find out this is all like dreams being fed to him by the people who have kidnapped the little girl. He's been kidnapped by them as well. And these people are like, oh, you could have all of this if you just gave up on this one thing, gave up on finding this one girl. You could have all of this. We can give it to you. And Superman's like, nah, I'm good. I just want to save the little girl.
Did Tom King also write another dream machine? Is this the same dream machine from Batman, only actually makes a little bit more sense?
Yeah, it makes much more sense.
That's too funny. This dude loves dream machines.
Yeah. Or like, stories that later you find out are a dream.
Dude, like, is he pulling upon his CIA pass for this? Does the CIA have dream machine?
Do they have Inception machines?
That's going to be the real twist, where it's like, man, you guys didn't even know. I was trying to whistleblow and get the words out about the machines.
He's been leaking this whole time.
About the machines that steal your dreams in the night. You'll all thank me later. That's why I'm going off to Hollywood to beat the dream machine. Someone in the chat saying, why couldn't Heroes in Crisis all have been in the dream machine? Yeah, I know, right?
It would have made more sense.
It wouldn't it have? But yeah, well, that's a glowing recommendation for this and Bendis's Batman book. It's hard to believe these two guys who are writing some of our least favorite runs in the main continuity off in the weird Walmart universe off to the side.
Yeah, Bendis's Batman book is awesome. He teamed up with Nightwing and turned into a White Lantern.
That's crazy.
Cool shit.
That is cool shit. Why is this the way this is?
I don't know. It's a weird, wacky time at DC at the moment.
Is it ever? All right. I guess from the world of DC, we should talk to the world of Marvel here. We got not one, but two brand new Dawn of X-Men books this week. And let's start with X-Force.
Yeah, X-Force, the issue that showed the X-Men getting bitten in the ass, like, almost immediately.
Boy, did it. I like that this one almost feels like it exists solely to shut people up who are like, oh, the X-Men have resurrection machines now, and, they got all the Omega Mutants in this super nation. There's never going to be any drama anymore. Why should I care about what's going on? Because the X-Men get so high on their own farts that they can't be stopped, that literally a Russian hit squad comes on in and kills Xavier.
I fucking love that, like, these X-writers, they do the same in New Mutants, and we'll get to that, but like how they're not adverse that, like, yeah, they'll show like how awesome it is to have this like island sex nation sort of thing, and
a
like
sexnasium, if you will.
Yeah, and mutants are getting their own and everything, but then also like how arrogant they can be, like thinking they're better than everyone else, and not like who was it? It was Xavier in this book where he's like, oh, no mutant is bad, like we trust every mutant. I'm like, really? No, really?
Should you? I like too. It's freaking Black Tom Cassidy who tries to be the whistleblower here. It's like, hey man, I got a bad feeling, man. The island's talking to me, man. I got a bad feeling. It's like, oh, shut up, Tom. Everything's fine. No one would attack us here on our fortress, on our island. Who would even, man?
Yeah, a Russian hit squad where, and someone actually pointed this out because it's not stated in the book. Apparently, they were wearing like pieces of Domino skin.
Oh,
that's like what those like they had like these weird like lines. I thought like, oh, maybe they're just like enhanced humans or something.
As did I, because I'm like, oh, the helmets they're wearing kind of look like Weapon X helmets.
Yeah. I thought like, oh yeah, they're like a Weapon X or like a super soldier or something. But they pointed out, but it's never stated in the issue.
No, I thought that was like subdermal metal they put on themselves so they could survive the fall. But no, that actually makes more sense now. They stole Domino's luck powers. That's why they were able to win, because they literally had luck tattooed to their ass. That's why they can't lose. I like, too, that Krakoa is actually super dangerous, and the only reason they haven't been eaten by animals yet is because Wolverine has been going around and killing them all. Yeah,
I love his little even he's kind of getting on this whole thing. It's like, oh yeah, Krakoa's great and all, but like like Beast gets almost attacked by this like monster, and he's like, it's like you wouldn't have been. You're only got attacked by that because you feel safe here, and when you're safe, you're soft.
Absolutely, and that's literally the entire theme of this book wrapped up in a nice package. Everyone feels too safe, and because of that, they let their guard down and really got their asses spanked.
Yeah, I am actually surprised that it happened this soon. Like, I would have thought we would have gotten a little bit further into like the whole like, cool, this island before it starts like biting them in the ass a little bit. But yeah, straight away.
And here's the thing too. Obviously, Xavier's not dead because we see in other books he's running around at the UN. But here's the thing: that brush with death is probably going to change the way he deals with everything now.
Oh yeah, and it also like brings up because like how is he going to be resurrected? Like, because technically it's like his mind and Cerebro that keep all the like backups of the mutants, and he just got like a bullet shoved through it. So
I mean, like, yeah, because they haven't explained that yet, where it's like, look, he keeps the backups of the mutant brains and everything, and he assists in the process. But what happens if he's not there? I guess it's Jean or Emma or some other powerful psychic who has to try and do it.
Yeah, Emma Frost or someone like that. It's going to be very interesting to see like what happens. And I wonder what like Moira thinks of this, because this is all like would she have known about this?
Yeah. You gotta wonder. It's a question too. I'm sure when Xavier's back, he's gonna like maybe go the other way completely and be like, all right, we need to up our security. We need to build this new X-Force team, and instead of being like the mutant military, you're really more like our mutant secret police now is what you're going to be. I'm not saying do random checks and make sure that, no one is plotting against us, but, be sure to do that.
Yeah, just go kill these people before they kill us.
Which is kind of what the team was doing when Cyclops was on it, where it's like, yes, how about you covertly attack anti-mutant sentiment? Because up until now, Xavier's like, nah, man, this is how we're going to do. We're going to be really nice to every nation, even the ones that don't want to join, and then we'll be having, Sebastian Shaw and the Marauders selling the miracle drugs out the back door, so even if they don't join, it's fine. Not thinking like, yeah, but you're a nation now, which means they can actively declare war on you.
Yeah, it seems like he never thought about like the minute things.
No.
That like come with all this sort of stuff. And it's going to be interesting now as well to see like how other people are like, is Magneto just gonna like go full fucking crazy and be like, I told you the fucking humans. We gotta nuke them all. We gotta fucking nuke them all.
Yeah, really, we need a nuclear response. I told you so. I like too, how easy it is to hang all of this on Russia too, where it's like, in Marauders, where it's like, well, that wasn't really the Russian government, that was an anti-mutant militia and everything. Every country has their bad eggs, but here it's like, no, that was clearly the Russian Black Ops all pissed off because Krakoa was able to bring, Sokovia into the fold.
Yeah. Also, like, I imagine it was just for this little action bit at the end, but like Xavier got like ingested like a psionic block. Like, will that carry over, because that's technically in his system now? Like Does that mean like he'll be open to like not sensing people or something? It's like, if it's that easy to get into him, like how are they going to stop that next? Is he just like going to become a hermit?
We can fix that in the eggs. We can fix that in the regeneration machines. It's fine. But yes, the idea too, where it's like, no. Evil humans in this universe have a weapon now to use against Xavier.
Yeah, and it is an easily deployable weapon as well.
Totally. Amazing Spider-Man winning the chat. Jeez, it's like the US and Russia are having bad times right now or something. I know, right? Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. Who'd have thought that comics would be getting like topical with like things that are happening at the moment?
Man, you just know that there's some part of the writers who are like, cool, we finally get to have evil Russians again. How many great things in comics came from evil Russians? Boy, it was weird when they were kind of our on-again, off-again allies again. It's so nice that they're evil again. But, yeah, that was the first X-Men book, and yeah, X-Force is pretty dope, and it gives me high hopes for Percy's work on Wolverine.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, so what do you want to talk about next?
I will talk about New Mutants.
We might as well, yeah, because you didn't just get one X-Men book this week, you got a twofer.
Yeah, and New Mutants, they all like sort of come back to life on the island and sort of get together, and Roberto's like, I'm going to make something new with this new generation, but then he goes off into space and fucks everything up.
It's a very slice of life thing. I know we've mentioned before that all of these Dawn of X-Men books kind of fill a different genre. You got the magic one, you got the comedy pirate one, you got the military one, you got the regular X-Men one, and then you got this, which is very much kind of teen shenanigans, which makes sense for the New Mutants.
Yeah, it's totally, it's what I found really funny is that, like, at the start of the book, it's Range has just come back from being dead, and Storm's like, oh, you can make this life whatever you want, and it's like she ends up kind of doing basically what she did in her old life.
yeah, they haven't talked about that, where it's like, look, we can give you new life, but we can't give that new life meaning.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a really cool book. They want to go get Sam Guthrie from the Shi'ar Empire, so he's like, look at our sex island.
Nice bit of continuity to remember. What's like, he's still out in space, right? Oh yeah, that's right, that's where we left him.
Yeah, it's nice to remember that. So they get a ride from the Starjammers, who again were conveniently on Krakoa recently. Gives them a ride into space into Shi'ar Empire, but like Corsair needs to stop and pick up something, and of course, because he's a pirate, that's like code for fucking steal something from the Shi'ar Empire.
And the fact that the kids didn't put that together.
But yeah, the team like fuck that up for him, and the one thing I really like is they all end up on the station stealing what Corsair was going to steal, and they all end up getting captured. And Roberto is back on the ship, and he says like, "Oh, we need to go save the friends," and they're like, "Why? They've all been dicks to us." And it's like, yeah, they kind of have. It's like, yeah, these, and again, it's like that whole thing where it's like the mutants are a bit arrogant, like Mondo and Cypher like didn't give a fuck that they killed like Chode's garden. They're like, oh, fuck that, I don't care. And
they're basically being like kids on spring break. They're like, woo, we're back to laugh, woo, we're invincible, nothing can stop us, woo.
Yeah, and all this really, really cool stuff that they're like exploring in this book. And yeah, the New Mutants are stuck in space now with like an evil space cult.
Yeah. Well, no, the cult was a cover. These are just regular Shi'ar guys.
Yeah.
These are just regular pissed off Shi'ar guys. I do love that Corsair is just like, no, fuck you guys. We're leaving you. You wanted a space adventure? Here's your space adventure. Good luck getting back to the island. But yeah, it was fun. I know I am in a weird place that I don't have all the same love and affection for the New Mutants as a lot of X-Men fans have. I'm happy this book is here. I'm happy it's different from all the other X-Men books, but I don't feel like I'm going to be keeping up with this one.
Yeah, I think I'll, because it's Ed Brisson and Hickman, I'll probably read until Hickman eventually passes it off to Brisson, which would probably be after the first volume. I think we talked about that when it was originally announced.
We did, yeah, and like apparently this first arc is going to have something very important.
Yeah, so I'll probably read that, but yeah, I'm kind of the same with you. Like, I'm not attached to the New Mutants as most people are, and like, yeah, they're a cool team, but like, don't need to be really reading them.
You know who really loves the New Mutants, or at least really loves Sunspot? Hickman, because you think back to his Avengers World run, that's where he really elevated Sunspot, where it's like, hey man, how do you want to lead a team, and then you'll own AIM, and then you'll run like 2 other versions of the Avengers.
Yeah, you'll become Mutant Tony Stark.
Yeah, it's like, if anything, he was almost too good for the team, and I like he's talking to Danny Moonstar. It's like, man, can you believe we're back? New Mutants again? Yeah, you two had really good careers outside this team. Friggin' Danny, you were a Valkyrie.
Yeah, Roberto, you ran a big company and ran the US Avengers and all this cool stuff.
If anything, you guys got a bit of a demotion. I'm surprised they don't bring that up. I'm surprised Sunspot's not like, I want to run a company here on Krakoa.
Yeah, I want my money back.
Yeah, give me my money. And Xavier's like, there is no money in the mutant paradise, in the mutant workers' republic. There is no dollars. Get out of here.
It's everyone's money.
It's everyone's money. Sunspot, oh, I don't like that. And then somewhere in the back, you see Eric Lentry. He's like, but Xavier, I just minted new money. My face is on it.
Yeah, mag bucks.
Yeah, that'll be 20 mag, but it's just Magneto giving a thumbs up on everyone. And he's like, well, I guess distribute them now. They're pretty fun. Man, that's like, we joke, but that'd be funny. Who would be on the mutant money, everyone? That's for the comment section.
That's got to come up soon, I reckon. Because what would they be like? Because they'd have to have a currency. They can't just be like, I'm going to give you this fruit that tastes like, I don't know, whatever Krakoa wants you to think it tastes like. And
I guess so, yeah. That's a question for the chat there. Which mutant is on which denomination? Wolverine is on the 20, no doubt. He's snicking on the 20. Xavier's on the 50. Like, Emma Frost is just lounging on the 100 and everything. Cyclops, he's on the dollar bill. Just like, I'm pretty good. I'm $1. You get a bunch of me together. Tevi asking what happened to the U.S. Avengers. They got disbanded after, what is it?
Secret Empire.
No, not even Secret Empire. It was after, not No Road Home, but No Surrender.
No Surrender.
Because, like, Sunspot literally walks away from that. It's like, well, Avengers, this was pretty fun. I'm off now. Should probably go back to the X-Men. They need me. And then they did nothing with them until right now. Everyone's saying Sinister should be on the penny. Yeah, I like that. just him looking really evil. It should be him flipping you off on the penny, like, yeah, you got one of me. No one likes that. Ooh, and instead of like the all-seeing eye there in the pyramid on American Money, it's Apocalypse's eye on everything.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, I like this game a lot. What mutant should be on what money? And then we have like the special $1 trillion bill, like from Simpsons, and that has Moira on it, but it's like they snapped a picture of her when she was like getting ready in the morning. She's like, no one's supposed to know I'm here. Yeah,
it's like security cam footage or something.
That's funny. And it's like, hey, who's this lady on the $1 trillion bill? Hey, ain't that Moira lady? Didn't she die? hey, notice how we didn't resurrect her, but we resurrected everyone else? Isn't that weird? Oh, I think someone needs to go back in the egg right now. Gotta wipe them memories from you back in the egg. But yeah, that was X-Men. X-Men continues to be pretty dope, and this week it's Fallen Angels and All New X-Men 2.
Yep.
Which I'm interested to see where All New X-Men 2 goes, because All New X-Men 1 was basically, again, kind of like a slice of life story with the Summers family. They didn't really start a new mission yet.
Yeah.
We did see the leader of Orchis, though. We did see, Dr. Devo.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably get to know a little bit more about them.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they'll do now, since, like, in the first issue, they fucking killed off the whole team.
Indeed they did. Actually, we get some great references dropped in the Hulk book this week, saying, everyone who left Shadowbase who didn't want to work for Banner is working for Orchis now.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, that's fucking fun, where it's just like, any evil organization that gets torpedoed now, they go and work for Orchis. All right, what do you want to talk about next, Matt?
We had Justice League issue 35.
We did. I just read that before we started, actually.
This is a fucking cool book.
It wasn't all that eventful, but like the severity of what's going on really kind of carried you through it. It was what is it? Very spectacle heavy is what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, the villains have all but won, and Perpetua now has her power. So she's like, go on door knocking multiverse to multiverse and just fucking knocking them off one by one. First starting with the Gotham by Gaslight universe.
I love that, and I love her reasoning where it's like, why of all the universes did you start here? And she's like, your universe is confusing and angering and has no place, and I'm going to get rid of it, and we're all going to be much happier.
It's stagnated. It hasn't moved on from this weird Victorian steampunk era after, like, millions of years. So, like, yeah, we just got to, like, get rid of that.
Get the fuck out of here. And also, your animated movie was a bad adaptation.
That's the real reason why she killed them.
Yeah, get out of here. But of course, you know, she's like, that was good, but I'm still knocking the cobwebs up. I can't go right to Earth and destroy it now. I'm tapped out. I gotta let my mana bar refill.
Yeah, I gotta go the long way around and kill out all these other universes that everyone knows.
Yeah, I won't destroy the main Earth where I know all the heroes who can stop me live. Gotta take it to this shitty Victorian world. Next, I'm going to destroy the cowboy world and the clown world while I'm at it.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see some like worlds we all know, like probably Kingdom Come universe and the Batman Beyond universe, stuff like that.
They do a good job selling it where you got like Earth 2 Superman being like, hey guys, this was real, but we all got to go back to our Earths and defend it now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you saw that Cockney universe just got blinked out of existence, so
they mean business.
It's been real, it's been good, it ain't been real good, bye, you're all on your own. And people on Earth are so overcome by doom, they're like looting the front yard of the Hall of Justice.
I like that how they start the book, how there's like that one guy's like, come on, man, just hold up the sign, man, in front of the Hall of Justice. What are they gonna do? Arrest you? Yeah, it holds up like the Luther was right sign in front of the Hall of Justice.
Jeez, man, you're going to feel really bad at the end of this. And, you know, Starman is dead, and they give us the origin of the word disaster. It's dis as in bad, and aster as in a star, so this is really a bad star situation.
Yeah, that symbol in the sky, that's in other books where it really shouldn't be.
That makes no sense because then you got to make a timeline that just hurts your brain. But yeah, there's the big star in the sky and everything. The heroes got to defend themselves. They once again reiterate the importance of of Hawkgirl because you know she was supposed to take the place of the Raptor, the agent of the presence that stopped Perpetua originally, but she let her anger get the best of her, and now she's basically dying adrift in space.
Yep, dying in space as Lex Luthor gets kind of promoted to a general, and then told by Perpetua that like, yeah, you can go kill Justice League now. I'll give you whatever you want. And I'm like, oh, don't do that. He's gonna fucking betray you. It's like it's fucking obvious.
Because he's Lex, and it's what he do.
Do you think he'll betray him and be like, aha, this was my plan all along, Superman. I was gonna team with you after we brought Perpetua back, and all these universes died, and
that would be pretty funny. We also have kind of like the other smoking gun now of the Anti-Monitor, who also turncoated and returned to his original form from the original Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And Perpetua being like, "You were always my favorite, honey. Don't tell the other two."
Oh, they can hear you. They're in here with me.
You're Perpetua's good, large adult son. My large, sweaty, armored son. Also, too, Tevye twice in the chat mentioning Telos. Man, I think you're the only one who remembers Telos.
We try not to remember him.
We try not to remember Telos. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the whole issue. Everything's fucked and everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because Scott Snyder has, 4 issues left?
Yeah, not many at all to wrap this up, and I assumed he'd be kicking in the turbos here.
Yeah, so I imagine next issue is like when shit starts getting real, I imagine.
Starts popping off, as they say.
Yeah.
Gotta pop it all off. It'll be interesting to see what scenario he leaves that book in, because he told a huge, basically crisis-level story without calling it a crisis. I feel bad for the person who's got to take that book on after him.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a writer announced for that, have we?
We have not.
What's coming up that they could announce that at? There's not much coming up. They'll just have to, like, drop it.
I guess it's very weird. It's very weird. It's like, well, dude, that's like your big AAA book. One of the few books that, like, has stayed a must-read in an era where nothing has made sense and everything's been all messed up. Who's gonna take the book?
Yeah, and, like, well, what do you do after that? Like, because I imagine by then that... Because I think his run on the book finishes the same day, like, Doomsday Clock and... bunch of other shit finishes up in December. Like, does the book go on a break and we get, like, the aftermath of, like, all those things, or...
I don't know, man. I just don't know. It's a weird time.
Yeah.
Don't put that evil out into the world, Amazing Spider-Man, in the chat. Don't
you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you put that evil on me. You put that away. Get out, Satan. Get out. Also, too, Doomsday Clock ending. I'll believe that when I see it.
Hey, Brad Anderson has said that, like, the book is actually off to the printers. It's, like, bound and done. He's put all his work, like, inking work, away for it. So at least it's, like, actually done.
Oh, sure, Professor, and I swear my homework is all done, too. Yeah, geez. I mean, do you think after this wait, it's gonna ever be able to have a satisfying ending? Because after the wait and after it clearly changed what it was supposed to be...
I don't know. Well, as well as that threat that, like, Tom King is doing, like, supplemental Watchmen shit as well. Like, oh, no.
Remember when we joked when we said, hey, what's going to come out first, the end of Doomsday Clock or that Watchmen TV show? And the Watchmen TV show came out first.
It's on its 4th episode.
God damn. God damn. Just dang it all.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so that was Justice League. Justice League continues to be pretty cool.
It does.
What else did I have? I had Immortal Hulk number 26, which I've been referring to throughout this episode because it was just that good.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so Bruce Banner has taken over Shadow Base now, which means he has taken control of their black budget, the billions of dollars that the government has secretly been pumping into the organization.
He is Big Boss, and this is his outer haven.
It literally is, like, not even a... Like, I don't think Al Ewing has ever played a Metal Gear game, but yes, 100%, he is now Big Boss. This is Outer Heaven. And the first thing he does is he records a manifesto to the world, being like, hey, everyone, I'm Bruce Banner. You might know me better as the Hulk. I took down this organization that your government has been putting your tax dollars into because they want to vivisect me to create more super soldiers. Doesn't that piss you off? And the world does
vote for me.
Basically, and the world's like, yeah, that does piss us off. What the hell, governments of the world? And the governments of the world are like, oh no, the Hulk, he's pulling our pants down and spanking us. What do we do? Do we declare war on the Hulk? No, that would be stupid. We'll call up corporate America and Silicon. You guys do something about it. and Roxxon's like, we'll take that bill. We'll get all of our puppets in the news media and all the, like Rush Limbaugh-esque podcasters out there to say that the Hulk is a dangerous radical and his ideas of holding the government responsible for the bad things they do is un-American.
Oh, jeez.
Like, literally. And then Banner has a whole meeting with Amadeus Cho, and it's like, hey, Amadeus, you're probably going to hear some crazy shit about me and my rhetoric and my status, or my manifesto that I broadcasted to the world. I hear people are dressing up in green now and purple pants and, like, fighting back against the government and everything now. And, I've kind of started a revolution. It's a thing. Would you like to join me, Amadeus? And he's like, I don't know, man. You seem kind of crazy, and like the devil is literally in you. And he's like, the devil is absolutely in me. Make no mistake about it. But you see, I've been talking to the devil, and the devil says the world is too broken to fix the way it is, and heroes are impotent, and they never actually do any long-lasting change. They only defend the status quo. So I am going to smash the world as it is. All the institutions, the banks, the government, the things that are too big to fail, and we'll rebuild a better world around that. But first, we have to smash. And then you find out, like, they're meeting in a diner, and then you find out that, like, the fry cook was actually Namor all along. And Namor comes down, he's like, so, I hear you want to smash the surface world, huh? And you're mad about pollution and everything? Let's talk, Bruce. I also have a big hate boner against, global warming and all these other things. Let's totally be cool bros now. And yeah, basically the Hulk says, I'm not a hero anymore. I am an eco-terrorist, a revolutionary.
Okay.
Join the Hulk cause now, and together we'll topple the governments of the world. So he's literally become a Metal Gear villain now, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And we will all be free to fight our own wars, and no memes can stop us. There's no
keep nuclear weapons out in the Seychelles, but when the government comes to check, we'll hide them underwater and hope for the best.
There's no nanomachines yet, but there probably will be in time. It's fucking crazy, and it's amazing, and it's awesome. And then you got so Dario Agger comes back, the head of Roxxon, who we haven't seen since War of Realms.
Yeah. And
he's like, man, I sure got off really easy during the War of Realms when I literally committed treason on the planet Earth by backing the Dark Elves. Sure is lucky I was rich enough to grease enough palms to get out of that, but the Hulk says he's not just coming for me, but he's coming for my entire corrupt rich guy way of life. So I'm not feeling that, guys, and also I'm going to be a Minotaur 24/7 now, because if the Hulk is going to come at me as a weird monster, then the only way to fight him is as a weird monster. So let's have it.
Oh, jeez.
No, Tevya, Amadeus Cho is not the totally awesome Hulk anymore. He is Brawn.
Oh, yeah, I remember that happening.
Yeah. Which I know you've watched my champion videos, Tevya, so I thought you would know the answer to that. I thank you for the cheer, though I swear sometimes you ask questions to which I know you know the answer. But yeah, Hulk is amazing. Hulk is amazing.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it's seriously, the way Al Ewing is writing this, where it's like, oh, I'm going to write a fun horror story with the Hulk because he's a monster and that makes sense, and then turn that into now he's fighting angels and demons and that totally makes sense, and also he might be a cosmic horror, and also he's a Metal Gear villain now, and it's really topical talking about what's going on in the world today and how there's a little Hulk in all of us, because you'd have to be crazy to not be mad about this sort of thing.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah. Bet you didn't think that was gonna happen.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. So, yeah. Now, what do you got?
Well, I actually have a really amazing book in Daredevil issue 13.
Yes, I read this, too, before we started, because I knew you'd want to talk about it.
Man, this is such a good fucking book.
It really is, and it was a slow burn to begin with, but right now it's like, okay, this is the best mature for adults superhero comic on the shelf right now.
Yeah. So, the story over that started, was it last issue or the issue before? The Through Hell story.
Yeah, I think maybe 2 issues ago.
Yeah, I just love that Chip Zdarsky is doing this whole parallel thing with Wilson and Matt, how they have both lost that fear that other people fear for them. So, and because of that, they are basically lost men. So they have no idea what the fuck to do. And now this is them sort of regaining their confidence again, getting their groove back on. We got Matt training with Elektra, learning what he wants to do and how he wants to do it and how he wants to do it better. We got Wilson Fisk murdering a man in the bathroom just because the guy pissed him off, which was really fucking cool.
I loved that scene so much. That was straight up Sopranos. When Tony hangs out with the other rich Italians and they make him feel bad for being a mobster and being a stereotype. Only this time, friggin' Kingpin snaps, kills the guy, then instantly feels bad about it. Where he's like, no, I'm supposed to be better than this. I'm supposed to be above this.
Well, not only that he's realized, oh, fuck, I just murdered, one of the most richest members of, the family that's the most powerfulest in America. So, I'm fucked. I am fucked. I'm just the fucking mayor of New York. These people will fuck me up. So he calls Wesley, and Wesley sorts all his shit out. I love when Wesley gets to work.
Man, Wesley was the VIP of this issue. He was a fucking superstar.
Yeah, oh, it was so cool. He calls in like the janitor who he's got his family hostage and fucking makes it look like a suicide. And oh, it's so cool. It's so good.
Man, I hope we get to see more of Wesley in this book, because I know he's always been there as a toady and a henchman, but I don't think like any writer has really tried to deep dive what he and Kingpin mean to one another and why they work so well as a team. Basically, Wesley is to Kingpin what Foggy is to Matt.
Yeah, and as well as like he basically rules Kingpin's life. Like if he wasn't there, like Kingpin would be fucked.
Absolutely.
Like he's like the guy behind the scenes, really.
Yeah, he talked and people listened. The Matt stuff is fun, too, because he invokes Stick, and he's like, man, I forgot so much of Stick's training, only for Elektra to be like, Stick was an asshole, Matt. Why do you venerate this guy
who was a fucking boomer?
Yeah, boy, was he. Okay, Stick. Okay, Chase. But it's true. It's like, why do you venerate this guy who treated us so bad in training, and why do you have such a problem setting goals for yourself? And no, beating up people in alleys is not a goal.
No. Yeah, thinking about fighting crime is not a goal. You don't want goals because you know you'll fail at them.
That's not an end game. And he's like, okay, fine, I will pick a goal. I want to fix police corruption in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, but it's impossible because no one polices Hell's Kitchen, and the ones that do are corrupt as fuck.
Are all dirty, all in the Owl's pocket, who, man, I don't think the Owl has ever been scarier than he is in this book, because he's just like, oh, the rules don't matter anymore.
Yeah,
There's
he's
no
just
Kingpin.
stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah, I own the police. The cops won't stop me. I have more manpower than anyone else. I can shoot you in broad daylight, and no one would arrest me. This is great.
Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, Kingpin's not around, and when he is around, he's a cuck. He's a cuck soy boy. So I can do whatever the fuck I want.
And he does, and it's like, wow, he's really off the chain, and no one is willing to stop him because there's no Daredevil. There's no one who would normally clean up this problem.
Yeah, but there might be a Daredevil soon, because as we see Cole North get like told to hand in his badge because he's going on leave because he got caught by Spider-Man and fucked up like bust. And he ends up like stopping like a bunch of people who are harassing a homeless man, and he uses like violence, which like shocks him because he's like, I'm meant to be better than this. And then Matt comes and offers to buy him a coffee.
He gets his own little taste of vigilante justice right there. Where he's like, hey, wait a minute. I took the law into my own hands and things became better for a second. What?
Yeah, what is this? This logic doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I have to wonder there where it's like, yeah, I like the idea of Daredevil having a friend on the force. And also they've been foreshadowing this team up for a while because Cole North is literally the polar opposite of Matt Murdock.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to this team up. It's going to be so cool.
Totally, yeah. Daredevil, amazing. One of the best runs the Heroes has ever had, which is saying something because the last two runs I actually quite enjoyed, from Soul and from Wade and everyone else. But this is good. If you want a solid adult read, if you want something closer in tone to the best Bendis years, then this is the thing.
Yeah, I would have to say that this is probably going to be somewhere in my top 10 list at the end of the year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Also, Chichito's art.
Yes, he's back. He came back at the start of this arc, and the book has never looked better.
Boy, it's a pretty run.
Yeah.
Boy, does it look nice.
It does.
What else did we have there? Did I miss something? I guess the only other book I read this week worth talking about was The Infected King Shazam.
Oh, I haven't read this one yet.
It's a lot of nothing.
I flick through it, I'm like, oh, this doesn't make any sense.
Don't you dare try putting this in any sort of continuity because you will go insane. This book basically forgets everything that's happened to Billy Batson from the New 52 onward and basically tries to write him like nothing has happened.
Yes, like, because I only flicked through it, but like, does it show him getting infected? Because I saw at the start of the book he's like mouthing off to like Rosa and Victor and all that, and
that made no sense. The timeline is absolutely screwed right the hell up because he thinks about it when the Batman Who Laughs got him, but it's only like in his mind's eye, and it looks like the Batman Who Laughs literally jumped on him and stabbed him in the shoulder. They don't say when or the circumstances that happened. Also, he swore allegiance to the Batman Who Laughs, but then just went home like nothing happened.
Yeah, okay.
Also, was this before or after his run-in with Batman and Superman from that book?
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to explain it. Also, Billy leaves and out of nowhere gets a hair up his ass, much like when he's like, oh, I'm going to fight Black Adam now and try and get his country to turn on him. He gets a similarly ridiculous hair up his ass where he's like, I'm going to go find a new family. And by new family, I mean I'm going to find people in my namesake, Wisdom of Solomon, Strength of Hercules, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to beat him up for no reason. Also, hey, I can't find the Greek Atlas because I don't know where he is in Wonder Woman continuity right now. But hey, Jack Kirby character called Atlas from the 70s that no one's thought of in 30 years. I found you. I'm going to beat you up now.
Okay, so it is. So I thought it was the one that we got in those Superman issues and like Grant Morrison and stuff. I thought, it's not. It's not.
Different guy named
God,
Atlas.
He looks exactly the same though as that Atlas.
I know. He's a weird 70s Atlas. Then it's like, okay, I can't find DC Hercules, so I'll beat up DC Thor then.
Oh God.
Which again, they never answer. Billy, how are you able to find these obscure characters that no one's thought of in like 30 years?
Yeah, you'd think they'd like put something where he goes into like the pillar of like the Rock of Eternity, and there's like a map or something, or
he's got a tracking app on his phone.
Yeah, it was something like that,
They never explained that, and some person was trying to tell me, like, oh, well, Billy's connected to the magical world, and, he's able to find these things. And, like, they've never said that in the New 52 thing. And, again, these guys aren't even Greek gods, the majority of them, so that makes zero frickin' sense as to why that would be. Mary Marvel kind of ends up being the hero of this story, as she should be, because she's like, oh, I gotta find Billy. Something's wrong with Billy. Oh, no, don't call the Justice League, though. This is a family matter, because also we can't out this right now because it needs to be a mystery in Batman, Superman. And also, I will go alone. Rest of superhero family, stay behind. I will do this myself.
God damn it.
Eventually, I know, it's so fucking dumb. He beats up Rao?
How is Rao alive?
I don't know, and it's clearly the Rao from the Brian Hitch book, not like the old.
So the one that fucking died.
Yeah, the one that was like Kryptonian and not a god.
Yeah.
And he just beats up Rao, and I'm like, where has Rao been? How did he find Rao? And also, didn't Rao fight the whole Justice League? How is Billy able to whoop his ass in just a few pages?
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
They don't say that being inverted by the Batman Who Laughs makes you more powerful. They don't.
No, it just says it just changes, like, makes you evil.
I mean, I guess is the idea that Billy's been holding back this whole time, but because he's evil, he doesn't hold back.
But you need to set that up. You need to set that up, like, with something at the start where he's, like, fighting a villain and he doesn't, like, use all these power or something. And then, like, when he changes, like, he just, like, he can fucking crack the earth open and all that sort of shit.
Or something. The dumbest stuff is saved for last, though. He goes to Olympus, which apparently you can just walk right into Olympus.
Yeah, all the gods are dead. I read Wonder Woman.
It's just a well, they're not, though, because Ares is there.
Oh, God damn it. I'm sure he's fucking dead. God damn it.
Ares is there, but his armor is different than how it usually looks in Wonder Woman. Which, again, it's like, no, he went back to wearing the blue shit, so, like, we know how he's supposed to look. And Billy is wailing on Ares until Mary comes in to save Ares, and I'm like, oh, yeah, good job saving Ares.
Yeah, good job.
Again, the one guy who he probably should have beaten up because he's probably up to evil, because he's always up to evil because he's Ares. And she's like, no, Billy, I have to save you. And Billy does the same trick that he did in Batman Superman, where it's like, oh, no, I'm just a little boy. No, oh, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Here, Mary, get close
enough.
That's
his go-to trick. That's his go-to trick, it seems.
It really is. Here, get close enough so I can sucker punch you. But he doesn't just sucker punch her. He, like, pierces her with his spikes and then says, oh, yeah, hey, you're going to turn like me now because apparently the infected are like zombies and they can spread the infection now.
But in Batman Superman, he had to use a one of those batarangs because he was going to change Superman, and he had to use one.
Yep.
What the fuck, man?
Yep.
What are these fucking books?
This does not fill me with hope for all those other one-shots, but literally this feels like a book where there was no editor, there was no one paying attention.
God damn it. Well, again, it's written by someone we've never heard of, and like it's just like one of those things, just like, it's an upcoming writer, we'll just give him this book, you know.
Yeah, here you go.
No one else wants it for some reason.
Yeah, again, it's not like we keep stepping on the Jeff Johns run or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
God damn, that's weird. Again, it's like they've gotten like, I wouldn't say the guy who did Black Adam's a no-name writer, but they're getting like writers that like aren't current, aren't decent. Yeah, they're like who's that? And it makes me feel like all the actual writers like Joshua Williamson, James Tynan, like don't want to step on Jeff Johns stuff because they're like friends with him and like have to work with him.
Yeah, that they're just sourcing it out to different types of writers. Yeah, I was not a fan of this one.
Oh, that sucks. Because I was looking forward to all of these. These all looks pretty damn good.
Maybe the others will be better. Because here's the thing, too.
Yeah.
Billy is the least interesting evil version of himself. Because at least with, Blue Beetle, oh, yes, there is something for him to, latch onto for being evil. But with Billy, it's like, what do you have to latch on to being evil? Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, he's just like as Black Adam said, he's just a petulant child. Like that's fun for like a little bit, but you can't make a whole character about that.
No, he's not more interesting as evil. Blue Beetle is a little more interesting as evil, and I can only assume, Hawkman and all the other ones are going to be a little bit more interesting.
Well, Joshua Williamson already set up like the whole Blue Beetle thing, whereas like everyone discounts him. Mm-hmm. He's not the original Blue Beetle. You don't realize that like I'm like at your level. Like that's interesting.
Very.
Like, that's really hopefully his book follows up on that.
It makes a little bit more sense, yeah, because as it stands right now, not in love with these. Donna Troy's getting one too. Again, you could swing a good evil Donna Troy. People keep forgetting about me.
Yeah. It's like I'm not consistent in like my origin and stuff like that.
Even Evil Gordon made a lot of sense too, where it's like, why am I forever tied to this crazy man Batman?
Yeah.
Like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's everything I read this week.
I had a couple more books.
Okay, get lightning round them then.
I had Scott Snyder and Charles Soule new book, Undiscovered Country.
Oh, that came out. That looked good.
Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, we're set in this world where like America has walled itself off from the rest of the world.
America, no, perish the thought.
And the rest of the world is like been broken up into like two governments, and they're like warring, and there's like this thing where like the sky is falling, and there's like a virus that's like affecting all these people, and the governments end up getting a message from inside America that says like, we have a cure that can help you. Come and meet us, and we'll like sort out negotiations, but you have to come together, you have to like work together. So a team is formed of like doctors and military people and journalists that are going to go into America, and it's led by these two, a brother and sister team who used to live in America and got out before the walls got erected.
I like this. To save America, we must bring together the two sides of America.
Yeah, so they go in, and they get like shot down by like missiles, and the team will like spread out, and they like, oh, like America looks so different. It's like all alien like fauna and flora and all that sort of stuff, and their pilot gets killed by like a group of like not Mad Max rejects.
I was gonna say, this reminds me of that movie Doomsday. If I swear Mad Max guys show up.
These weird Mad Max creature things that ride like whales on land and like all this like really weird cool shit. They end up, and the rest of the team gets saved by like a masked guy who they realize is the guy that contacted them, only he never sent any message, and he's never even heard of these people, even though the brother and sister who are leading the team knew the Doctor when they lived in America. So it's like kind of like is this an alternate reality sort of thing? And it's cool that the Doctor looks like Uncle Sam.
Of course.
And there's a great, the end page is him doing that, I want you to save America sort of thing.
I like it.
And yeah, it's just like just sets up the world building is really cool in it. Like we get an explanation about these two like governments. Like there's like the European one and like the Asia Pacific one, and they're like ruling the land, and the land's just like covered in famine from like this sky virus that's like killing people. There's choppers flying over city, crop dusting people to kill them, and
damn,
like yeah, it's so cool. It's really cool.
Sounds pretty sick. Again, I will have to look into that. That sounds very much like my jam.
Yeah, it was really, really damn good read. And again, it's like, I have to assume that they did this after the fact, after they read like the House of X and stuff. It comes with like a bunch of like House of X, Powers of X, like supplemental pages. Where it's like, this is what this means. This is what this means.
I'm down.
Yeah, it was a damn good issue.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm all for supporting our favorite comic writers as they do their own indie work.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't read anything by Charles Soule in a while, I guess because he was helping work on this.
Hey, we've got that Kylo Ren book coming out soon.
That's right. Yeah, got to get on that. Oh, we're close to Star Wars.
Yep.
Close to Star Wars, and we're going to be getting a little taste of Mandalorians before that.
Yeah, yeah.
I truly...
Oh, go ahead.
Or no, you go. You were going to tell me when it's coming out.
Oh, it's coming out like the week before the movie, because I think it's got big spoilers in it.
As I would hope so, this close to the movie, because, you know, we read, the Hux one, and we read the Snoke book, and we're just like, well, these are fine, but they don't really tell us anything we don't already know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would hope to get a little more. And when's the Knights of Ren book? Because that's one, too.
That's the... not sure. I think that might actually just be the Kylo Ren book.
Okay, is it that all come into
tied in? Because I know there was that cover for issue 2 where it's like Ben and Luke fighting the Knights of Ren.
Right. Okay. I definitely got to get me some of that.
Yeah.
What else did you have there, Matt? You said you had a few more.
I have 2 more. I had Legion of Superheroes issue 1.
Oh yes, I know. Tevye really wanted to hear you talk about this.
Yeah. I liked it. You didn't need to read those 2 Millennium books because they have fucking nothing to do with this.
Well, that's good to know.
Oh, they do one little piece of a panel down in the corner, but you don't need to fucking read those books. You just jump straight in, like the Legion Ultra Boys hunting these like Horazian hit squad across the galaxy because they stole something. He's hunting them down, and they're gonna like try and hand off what they stole to this big villain called Mordru. The Legion come in and fight. They end up getting the package, and they find out that the package is Aquaman's trident.
Oh.
And we then get like the stuff with Superboy and Saturn Girl. Superboy getting welcome to like the Legion and everything, and he's happy he doesn't have to remember everyone's name because everyone has like this thing when you like approach them, it like brings up like this little information card.
That's fine, Superboy. I don't remember most of the members of the Legion either.
DNGN says if Rose is on this, yes, she's in this for like half a panel before Superboy just leaves. Amazing.
Remember Bendis's weird boner he had for her for like a couple weeks?
Yeah, so Superboy, like, he sees New Metropolis, and he's like, oh, this is cool. And it's like, oh, wait, are we in, like, because he sees, like, the glass dome over it. And he's like, are we in a fucking bottle city? Then he starts, like, panicking. And Sen goes, like, oh, that's not, like, we're not in a bottle city. And he's shown New Earth, which in those Millennium books we found out is, like Earth has been destroyed, and it's, like, now just, like, a core with a bunch of, like, bottled cities, like, attached to it.
Sounds about right.
And it's being reconstructed and everything, and Brain X is like, yeah, the United Planets are like trying to rebuild it to what it was and everything. Ultra Boy returns back to the HQ with the Trident, and they put together that like the Trident could possibly bring back the Earth's oceans.
Oh, so that'd be helpful
in rebuilding it. And they were wondering like why they were trying to steal it, why the Rimborians and the Hosrians, or whatever the fuck they're called, are trying to steal it. They get attacked by the hit squad as the United Planets learn that the Legion have fucked with the timeline and brought Superboy to to like the present to the 31st century. So they're like, that's number one rule, no fucking with the timeline.
Did we do a bad already?
Yeah, but what was really interesting, and I'm hoping it continues, is it look like there's like this like thin veil of like, it feels like the United Planets has been corrupted. Like they feel like a dictatorship almost.
Interesting.
Where they're like sort of ruling over all these planets and everything, and they look evil. They look fucking evil. The leader, the president, looks like fucking like Emperor Palpatine sort of thing. So like I hope Bendis continues with that, and like because Superboy obviously set up the United Planets, he's the one who came up with that idea. So I'm looking forward to seeing like the ramifications. Like, oh, you've like fucked my idea up, like fucked what I wanted this to be. Like we're gonna try and get it back on track.
Most def.
Yeah, it was a cool Legion book. Lots of people complained in the comments for no reason, because all the Legion wasn't in the book, and I'm like, well, the Legion is quite large.
Yeah,
you only have a certain number of pages to tell a story. But we got like Karate Kid and Wildfire and all those guys.
We got all the warriors. Now the question is, obviously this was the book that I'm sure Bendis gave a shit about, and let the other ones fall by the wayside. How long until he stops caring about this one, though?
Well, how long was it until he stopped caring about Superman? How long was that? It was like a year, about a year.
I would say it was even sooner than that. I'd say like 6 months.
Check back in like 6 months, and I'll let you know.
And we'll see what's up. Maybe even before then.
Maybe Rogozar will come back.
Oh, you joke, but that's like almost certain. Like
he's gonna be in charge of the United Planets because he's a good guy now.
That's gonna be again. Like I would wager my left nut on it, and I do not bet my left nut. Lightly. You're gonna see some dumb shit about Rogozar. He's gonna wake up tomorrow, Bendis, and be like, "Oh, I forgot to tell people about Rogozar." He just wakes up thinking that in a cold sweat. Rogozar.
Yeah, yes. Oh no, people need to know.
Did people forget?
Yeah, people are like on the edge of their seats waiting to know what happened to Rogozar.
I'm telling such a good mystery. The Hawks just arrested him.
His event Leviathan ends this week, so like,
does it really?
Once that's over, I imagine it's like, oh, gotta get back into Rogozar. He's the most important character in the Superman mythos. Well,
the twist is, we thought the leader of Leviathan, who is also named Leviathan,
it's Rogozar.
Yeah, we thought that he was, one of the old manhunters, but no, it was actually Rogozar all along. Talk about another book that's taking forever and having nothing happen.
Its final issue is this coming week, so we won't learn anything.
No, I'm sure we won't. Or again, I cannot wait for it to be like, all right, get ready for the sequel, Leviathan 2, starting soon. God damn. Now you had one more?
I did. I had a Grant Morrison book.
Ooh, yes, the Green Lanterns.
Yes, I had the Green Lantern Black Star issue 1.
Interesting.
This is like the like buffer 3-issue miniseries between the seasons of the Green Lantern book.
Right.
The end of the first season of the Green Lantern sees Hal like on death's door, and he gets told by like the big villain of the book, Controller Mu, that he needs to use his Miracle Machine to reshape the universe. Miracle Machine is like a combination of a Green Lantern ring, a luck dial, a star band, the antimatter lantern, and Hal's raw will.
So all the most powerful devices in the DC universe.
Yeah. I the fucking Morrison, like the way he writes about it, he's like, oh, this machine was built during God War 1 with the monitors. And I'm like, oh, that fucking, yeah. Hell yeah.
I am surprised he didn't also try and work in the cosmic treadmill in there somehow.
Oh, yeah. Hal has to run on it to power it to get it to work.
Yeah, really. You gotta run, but we gotta put like a little sausage on a stick in front of you so you'll run for it.
But yeah, Hal ends up using the device, and it rewrites the whole universe, so that Green Lanterns never existed, and the Black Stars are like the big police force of the universe, and Controller Mu rules the universe. And this whole issue is like him and his partner and soon-to-be wife, Beelzebeth, the alien vampire. like going around just like recruiting people. They recruit like those guys. Basically, those what are those gods from Berserk called?
Oh, yeah, those Balet guys. Yeah, the hand dudes.
Yeah, basically them. Basically try and converts them, and like, fuck, the dialogue is so cool. They're like, the aliens don't want to like join, and they're like, we're gonna kill you, but like first we're gonna like flay the skin off your face and wear it as loincloths, and like just all this like really cool shit. They end up like joining because Hauser's like, oh, we can offer you like transgressions you've never even heard of, and sins like in your wildest dreams. Like, yeah, it's like all that sort of stuff.
So they're the Cenobites too, is what they are. Oh, we have so much to show you.
Yeah. But yeah, Hal and Beelzebeth then have to focus on Mongol, who they want to join, and he's like the last holdout. And Mongol's like, fuck that shit. I want to fucking rule Warworld. And Beelzebeth wants Warworld as like a personal gift for Controller Mu. Because all while this is happening, the Black Stars are getting ready for Controller Mu's arrival. So they're like moving planets into orbit around this other planet. Because like, as like Controller Mu, like if he wants to be in the shade, they'll move a planet in front of the sun, so he's not, and like all that sort of shit. Hal goes and fucking talks with Mongol, and Mongol's like Sixie's like gorehound on him. He tells the gorehound to like kill Hal slowly by eating his dick first, and
I love it.
They end up like killing Mongol, or like rewriting him to turn him good. And then Controller Mu's like, well, I want Hal to marry Beelzebeth, the vampire. And Hal's like, oh, okay then, I'll marry her. And he's got to give her wedding present, which is like a feast, and because she's a vampire, she needs blood. So her feast will be the entirety of planet Earth.
Dang it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just such a fucking cool book. It's so fucking Morrison, so fucking Grant Morrison.
I'm glad I had like way too much on my plate. I feel like this is a run that I might enjoy better if I can read it all in one sitting.
Oh, I imagine it will read like better in one sitting. But like, yeah, just the way he combined police procedural with that weird, wacky, cosmic shit he likes is just like, Indeed. It fits so well together. It fits so well.
Also, I like he was able to rewrite the whole universe, but also not step on anyone else's toes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you could say this isn't really canon either. Like, you could just be like, it's just like a cool book. And if it's canon, it's canon. Because, like, in the next issue, he goes to Earth and he's, like, meeting with, like, all the heroes and everything. And Superman and Batman and all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Huh. So I guess that's it then. That's all the books we read this week.
That's it.
That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for offering up your questions. You helped make the show a show this week, because we weren't going to be able to stretch 2 news topics to an entire hour and change, so we appreciate it.
Yeah.
What's coming out this week, Matt, that you're most interested in? Again, we mentioned Fallen Angels and All New X-Men 2.
I'm just going to have a look what's coming out this week.
Sure, you have a look.
X-Men, we got Tales of the Dark Multiverse again, the Blackest Night issue.
Ooh, this will be good. Checking out Sinestro. Those have been really good. The Infected ones so far haven't been great, but those have been good.
Yeah, the new Punisher book starts this week, Soviet.
That's right. I actually finished the last Matthew Rosenberg arc for my channel there, so I'm all up to date on that.
Pretty good, isn't it?
It was pretty good. I feel they rushed him at the end, but I feel like he actually made the most of it.
Yeah, I got those videos coming out very soon.
Yeah, that was a solid thing. And I mean, hey, Garth Ennis writing Punisher again, that don't happen every day.
No, there's that new Green Lantern book, Far Sector, coming out as well.
That's right, I've seen the ads for that, and I don't quite understand it, but alright.
Yeah, I just like it because Jamal Campbell's going to be drawing it, and his art is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it looks really pretty. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, that's some books you can look forward to next week, and by next week, I, of course, mean today as this goes live. If you're, it'll be next week if you're watching us on Sunday, live over on Matt's Twitch channel, which you absolutely should when we do this if you want to take part and be involved in the show.
Yes, there's a link in the actual bar just below me right here. Not this one here, because this is the Patreon. It's over this way.
Yeah. You can also fill the cup the way that Tevye has been doing with Cheers. You can fill it with money and cookies and whatever else you want. Yeah. You can fill that jar up.
Yeah.
Helps us out and everything. And so I guess from there, everyone, we'll start winding the show down. It's been a pleasure as always, and we'll be back again next time. Same Comic Multiverse time, same Comic Multiverse place, and I bid you a good day.